It's a motivation speech. Friends, once upon a time a man was rushing down street and accidentally collided with another person. The second person enraged exclaimed, "Are you an animal? Can't you see? You're rushing like a bull, not looking where you're going." The first man calmly replied, "If only what you said were true, but unfortunately I'm a human." Hearing this, the second person's anger subsided. He said, "You seem very sad, otherwise you wouldn't call good fortune a misfortune. Being born a human is a great blessing. Human birth is hard to attain and you wish to be an animal." The first man then asked, "Friend, have you ever seen an animal commit suicide? Have you seen an animal deceive another? Have you seen an animal worry about its past or future? How can human life be fortunate in this regard? Animals live better lives. We humans are worse than animals." Hearing all this, the second person said, "You seem very distressed. You must be facing a great problem in your life. If that's the case, you will find its solution with Mahatma Buddha. Go there." The first man asked, "Who is this Mahatma Buddha? Is he a saint, a sage, a great soul, or a scholar? If he is any of these, none of them can help me. I have met many such people, but they have no solution to my problems." The second person replied, "He is not like them, but who he is, I don't know either. I only know that whoever goes to him finds solutions to all his problems with great ease. Whoever goes to him leaves all his sorrows and troubles behind." Convinced by the second person's words, the first man felt he should meet Mahatma Buddha once. He said, "All right, brother, if you insist so much, I will meet him once. I will go and see what is so special about him that he solves people's problems so easily." With that, the man set out the next day to meet Mahatma Buddha. After a continuous journey of 3 days, he finally reached Mahatma Buddha. When he arrived, he saw Mahatma Buddha advising all his disciples. Mahatma Buddha was saying, "The life of everyone on this earth is very valuable, but human life is priceless. Using this life, humans can reach the highest peaks, yet, because we are born as humans, we sometimes descend below animals." As Mahatma Buddha's discourse ended, the people sitting there left. Just then the man approached Mahatma Buddha. He bowed down and said, "O Buddha, you say that human life is priceless. What is actually so special about human life? What valuable thing is there in our human lives? We worry. We are frustrated. We are always concerned about our future. Thousands of such problems keep coming our way. But do you know, you are a saint. You have renounced all these things. That is why you can say all this so easily. I believe human life is very difficult. We should end this life. Have you ever seen an animal? Do they worry? No, they never get frustrated. They just live their lives in joy, whereas human life is the complete opposite of this. I believe human life is worse than an animal's life. Human life is a curse. What speciality have you found in human life that you keep telling people lies that our human life is very precious, very valuable?" Mahatma Buddha had been listening to the man's words very attentively, and he was trying to understand his state of mind. Then Mahatma Buddha smiled slightly and said to the man, "Son, you are trying to skip the struggles of your life. If you don't struggle, how will your life be successful? And when we run away from conflict, our lives come under the control of others. Then we have to live according to them. That's why we have to struggle for our lives." Hearing these words from Mahatma Buddha, the man calmed down a bit. He immediately bowed down to Mahatma Buddha, falling at his feet, and said, "O Buddha, how did you know that I am running away from the struggles of my life, that I want to escape them? Whenever a problem comes into my life, I cannot face it. Instead, I try to run away from it." Then Mahatma Buddha said to the man, "Son, you think that animals' lives are much better than ours because they cannot end their own lives, because they do not deceive anyone, nor do they worry about the future. But this does not mean that animals' lives are free of conflict. Animals only struggle from birth to death. When they are young, their lives are at risk. They struggle to save their lives. Then as they grow older, they have to struggle to fill their stomachs. No matter how bad the situation they face, they never back down from struggling. But we humans are afraid of small conflicts. If we humans keep struggling with small conflicts like those animals, human life will become successful on its own. If a person struggles this much in their life, they can do anything they want, they can get anything they want, whereas animals, even after struggling so much, can achieve nothing. Son, the reality is that life has no meaning without struggle. Our lives cannot proceed without struggle. Be it a beggar or a king, everyone has struggles in their life. Whoever does not struggle against these situations, whether human or animal, their destruction is certain. Then the man said, "O Buddha, can you give me something that will make all my struggles in my life disappear forever, that will end all my worries, all my problems, all my sorrows forever, and my life will become joyful forever?" Hearing the man's words, Mahatma Buddha smiled once again and said to the man, "Son, I cannot give you such a thing, but yes, I can definitely tell you the path to reach there. If you make the effort to reach there, you will reach there and you will also get that thing. But remember one more thing, this does not mean that after this struggles and problems will stop coming into your life. Even after this, struggles and problems will keep coming into your life, but their impact on you will be much less. Sorrows and problems will come into your life, but they will not be able to touch you. And in this state, no matter how much anyone tries to hurt you, no matter how much anyone tries to deceive you, you will never be deceived. Everything will remain with you, but still they will remain far from you." Hearing these words from Mahatma Buddha, the man said, "O Tathagata, I thought you would tell me about some object that I would find somehow, and then my life would become happy. In this world, even something that has not yet been found can be found. But how can I go inside my mind? Is there really a path there? Is there any rider who goes there, so that I can reach there by walking or with the help of that rider?" Then Mahatma Buddha began to smile and said to the man, "Son, no rider goes there, nor can people walk there. Yet it is a path, and everyone has to walk on that path." Then the man said, "O Buddha, then tell me how can I proceed on that path and find peace within my mind?" Then Mahatma Buddha said, "Who is the most powerful in this world?" Answering this, the man said, "O Buddha, the most powerful in this world is the Chakravarti Samrat, who has infinite power, who has everything, he lacks nothing." In response, Mahatma Buddha said, "No, the most powerful thing in this world is willpower, and this willpower is driving this world. Whatever anyone is doing is the result of their willpower. Everything is happening according to their willpower. And if we talk about the Chakravarti Samrat, one willpower can crush a Chakravarti Samrat to dust, and on the other hand, one willpower can make an ordinary person a Chakravarti Samrat. Whatever exists in this world, wherever it exists, in whatever situation it exists, all those things exist according to their willpower. They are the result of their willpower. With the power of their willpower, humans can do everything in this life. But a realistic fact is also that humans cannot control their willpower, due to which those things also happen in their lives that they do not want. Our bad intentions attract bad things towards us. That is why willpower should be exercised with great thought. What we want in our lives can only be determined through our willpower. Then the man said, "O Buddha, so this means that if I make the intention that I should find peace within my mind, will I get it?" Then Mahatma Buddha said, "Son, willpower. Indeed the most powerful things in this world, but still for some reason people generate various desires in their minds, but all their desires are not fulfilled. Do you know why? Because to fulfill this willpower, one more thing is needed. The lack of one more thing persists throughout human life. Do you know about that thing?" The man said, "No Buddha, I don't know what that thing is." Then Mahatma Buddha said, "That is resolve, sankalp. All willpower is futile without resolve. No matter how great a desire you have without resolve, it can never be fulfilled. The stronger the resolve, the greater the possibility of your desire being fulfilled, and the weaker the resolve, the weaker your desire will be." Then the man said to Mahatma Buddha, "So this means that if I make a desire for peace and I make a firm resolve to achieve it, will I get that peace?" Then Mahatma Buddha said, "Son, although resolve gives strength to desire, even after having desire and firm resolve, a person cannot reach their destination because they get confused on the way, then exhausted, they abandon their resolve and they abandon their desire. Do you know why?" The man said, "O Buddha, why?" Mahatma Buddha replied, "Because peace is already there outside. There is only peace everywhere. We find peace outside, but we can never see or feel the peace within our own minds. And the peace we see outside is not outside, it is within us. That is why, until you can fix your inner self, you cannot do anything outside. Until everything is right within your inner self, nothing will be right outside." After saying this much, Mahatma Buddha fell silent, and the man began to contemplate Mahatma Buddha's advice. He had no other choice but the path shown by Mahatma Buddha. He made a firm resolve that he will reach the peace within his own mind. He embraced the path of meditation and moved forward. Now, whether that person will be able to reach his destination will depend on his willpower, his resolve, and his continuous progress on that path. He also understood that human life is not worse than animals. Instead, the life that he has received is correct, and he can improve it further. Friends, what did you learn from today's video? You can let us know by writing in the comments. If you like this video, please give it a like and share it with your loved ones. And if you want to get more educational videos like this, then definitely subscribe to our channel. Thank you.